I know some women that are fucking running through the streets right now, praising God. Tripping.
Yo, what happened today, Wolf? You good?
Yeah, no. It's the chips.
It's the chips.
I really fuck with Kevin Samuels though, bro. Like, granted, like his approach definitely do be rough, but I think Kevin Samuels like really helped niggas, bro, in a huge way. Huge way, bro.
What would you say the way it is?
Because the narrative before Kevin Samuels is that women were angels.
Oh shit.
And that like they just deserved everything. You know what I mean? Because that's let's like really.
That's what
really,
we're taught growing up.
nah, nigga, exactly. Like, let's really think about this. Like
let's
the
get
whole
into
narrative,
a conversation.
The whole narrative is like, you know, you should do everything for a woman. You have to get your life in order to impress her. Everything is about like, getting her to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Never has the narrative been like, nigga, I'm a motherfucking man though. It was not like that before him.
Yeah, some niggas, yeah, for some niggas. Yeah.
For the most of niggas, it wasn't like that before him. And he put that into the fucking universe, my nigga. You know what I mean? And niggas need that shit. Because it's like, nigga, a lot of niggas out here running behind women when you supposed to be in front of her.
Being a sucker.
Got it? Yo.
You're supposed to be in front of her.
Not keeping it peak.
The delivery. The delivery is the
You
difference.
said that though? It was different.
Right.
He just be shouting out there just
No, his shit be crazy sometimes.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's
like,
what he's saying, though.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Nah, so he called Shorty a
saying.
linebacker one episode. I said, nah.
Bro, the linebacker
Bro, you
episode
can't
was
do
crazy.
this.
What?
He called Shorty a linebacker.
You ain't
I said, how tall are you? Bro, what you weigh? That's not your weight. What's your real weight? And she saw her real weight. He's like, man, you shaped like a linebacker. I said, nah.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
OD.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's just his delivery and how he was talking to the women.
The
Which is
delivery is crazy. Women are genetically delusional.
For the fact that he probably did it to reviews.
You won't get into this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because
Listen, man.
I got to follow up on that one because they are delusional.
They are.
But, you know.
I mean, you know what? We're going to say that for another time right now. Yo, we here. It's the Open Exchange podcast. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, I should say, we have a guest, a friend of ours. You know what I'm saying? We've known him for about, 6-7 years now.
I've been niggas since 6th grade, bro.
I've known him for about 6-7 years now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, y'all, how's it going? My name is Kev,
Boy, Kremas Papi, you know what I'm saying?
or my alias. You know, he only come out when I'm drunk. So, but yeah.
Niggas. All right. So Kev, you know, like tell them about yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, where do I start?
who is Kevin?
yeah, literally. I ain't gonna tell him.
You know, Kev.
The damn
he be that-
shit.
he just a regular dude, you know. Technically, go from the start. Born in Haiti, moved out here in 2003. Brooklyn, moved in Brooklyn. Started school out there. Met Dom in the 6th grade. Yeah, you know, pain in the ass, but you know that's my guy though. You know, we got a story to tell. Yeah, especially that 6th grade story. You know,
Yeah,
when he walked past my classroom. If we get that deep, that's a good ass story. I grew up only speaking French. That's funny, but you know, once I came out here,
That's dope.
English took over. That became my primary language.
That's dope.
Did high school in Queens because I moved in Queens in 2010. That was my Christmas present from my mom.
Oh, wow.
The new crib.
Hey,
a good
man,
present.
that's
Shit,
fire.
2010, yeah.
That's fire.
Did high school out here, met some good people, went to college, reunited with Dom, met Nate. Through Dom, I met Lex.
That's a fact.
And I'm here, you know. I graduated college. I got my bachelor's in mechanical engineer.
My boy.
About to build his own engine out here on you niggas.
That's the goal. I ain't gonna lie, but I need the space, the time, and hopefully, a mentor. Which I've been looking into getting one like that deals with cars, but it's a story for another time.
Okay. So Kev, you mentioned being born in Haiti, so you know you're from a Haitian household.
Both of you. I'm part Haiti too, by the way. I'm part Haitian. You know what I'm saying? By indoctrination. You feel me? I got 2 flags. You feel me? I got all the Goyard and you know what I'm saying?
All the Goyard.
Yeah.
Gouyad.
Gouyad. Cool. All that.
How you say? I got you right now. Say your favorite meal right now.
Oh shoot.
Oh, shit.
Damn. Cause you know I got a few of them though.
The one my mom make.
Oh, legume.
He said it.
Yeah, talk to me.
I'm gonna tell you why, bro.
pronunciation.
Because I ain't gonna lie, the
Legume.
first couple of months, yo, she made that legume. The what?
Nah, the legum is crazy.
The what?
Yeah, for a fact.
Man, I didn't know you was Haitian, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
bro,
man.
yeah, bro. It's
You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? It's all good.
But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, growing up in a Haitian household was crazy because the Haitian ideologies, it used to cook me as a kid until I got older. It's like, yo, some of this shit don't make sense, but had to grow out of it. And sometimes,
some of it like what though, like
bro, let me see. Let me think of. I don't know because it was just my mom's. She was overprotective,
I mean,
It's
that's
like-
as moms usually are.
I'm about to say.
and it was. Damn, we about to open up a rabbit hole.
Hey man, it's safe space, bro.
Safe space
like-
for her.
Growing up in my household, depression was like trying to start beef in the crib. If you said you was depressed, nigga,
yeah.
what you got depressed? What are you depressed
What you
about?
depressed
About
about?
what?
What are you sad about?
Excuse me?
They hit you with that. I used to walk 5 miles to work to school.
Yo,
I'm
5
sorry
miles
you
back.
had to do that, but gang, respectfully, I didn't ask to be here.
There we go. That's the,
or she made
And they take
yeah.
that as disrespect.
OD disrespect, bro.
yeah.
Because how dare you say that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's Caribbean households for you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, making it seem like their decision was yours and then pinning it on you and then give you all the responsibility. And then on top of that, I mean, I don't know for y'all, but, like, for me, it's kind of like the concept, like, the kids are supposed to... I mean, kids are obviously supposed to take care of the old elders later on, but it's like everything rides on you
Don't get me
on that
started.
one point. You know what I'm saying? That joint suck. Like, I mean, it's cool because, like, you're going to want to take care of your elders, but then it's like, why is this all on me? You know what I'm saying? Or me and my siblings. You know
The
what I'm saying?
oldest.
Well, I'm the oldest.
Oh yes, within the constructs of the Caribbean Haitian household, it's your job to take care of the parents when they get old and they can't do for themselves.
Oh, I'm about to say health wise. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to say because I mean, talk about that financial shit. I'm
That joint go.
Oh yeah, that's
pro,
a big
yeah.
thing in the black community.
That too.
yeah. Because
Like,
like
you get a payday, I'm gonna buy my mama a house.
yeah, and like that's not how you. It's not. That's
We the
terrible.
only race that does that.
Yeah, I told you, and it's like, not to segue from it, but like, health wise, yeah, you're supposed to look after, like the older ones. You know what I'm saying? Like they pampered you, all that stuff. Now you got to return the favor. But financial, hell no. Like when you get, when you
Yeah,
get,
you see how cutthroat he is about it.
nah,
Hell
real
no.
shit though.
If
Because
I could help, I would
but
help.
real shit though, because if you think about it, every time we get money, right? Anytime we ever come into money, the first thing you always hear somebody say, "I'm gonna buy my mama a house. I'm gonna buy this person a car. I'm gonna do this."
For sure.
Right? But it's like it's not supposed to be that way. When you get your shit, you're supposed to now be setting up for everybody, like your kids and stuff below you. You know what I mean? Putting them in position. But like us, we have been trained to like, soon as we get money or any type of like financial, you know what I mean?
Elevation.
Right? It's like first thing is I gotta set my mom's up. Like, no, like mama is 60 years old. She don't need a new house. She could stay where she at. Like
For sure.
if
Fix it
anything,
up. You can
you
fix
can
it
fix
right,
it
you can
up,
fix it
like-
up. You could do shit like that for him, but you not go buy her a house for what, bro? I ain't gonna say that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like she don't need a new house or a new car. Like she don't need that. Like if your sister or whoever it was, they 35, 40 years old and they ain't get all that shit by the time you got your bread, don't waste your time fucking going back and dropping 60,000 for what? Like that shit is just
That's kind of the same thing Jackie Chan said. Like all his bread going to charity. He ain't giving shit to his son. He said at the
Yeah,
end of
bro.
the day, I set him up well enough so if by the time I go, if he not set, he's just gonna lose my
Yes,
money.
bro.
anyway.
Like even with my kids, I even told you, like I'm not pushing. Like my kids, once they get to a certain age, the financial get. When you get to, because you know what I mean, I'm obviously gonna do for you. But once you get to like a certain point, I'm be trying to put you in position to get to where you got to go. But as far as me just constantly being like your safety net, no. Like you know, some parents like they always come to their kid for everything, but it's like you kind of set your kid up for failure. Like you said, it's like an overprotection. Every time they feel like I could just run to you for something and you gonna do it, yeah, you're being a parent, but you're kind of setting me up a fair for when you're
Yeah,
not here. Like, if
word.
you're not here, what the fuck am I gonna do? So it's like, you gotta let me fall on my ass and make mistakes so I can grow. You know what I mean? So
And that's the thing that sucks too, cause like parents, like have that weird sense of codependency on their kids,
Yeah,
especially their oldest. Like I'm the youngest, but I'm the only boy. So for me, it's be my mom, like kind of like always relying on me, like
You the man.
oh, your sisters ain't do this, or like can you do this? And it's like I'm gonna do it. You know, you're my mother. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it comes to a point where it's like I feel like parents. It kind of goes back to our last episode where like you have to like you made me or they made us, and then at the end of the day, ask us to realize at a point the separation starts because I start to live my own life. Like when I go to school, you know what I'm saying? When I start in doing extracurricular activities, when you start putting me in things that don't revolve around the house. No, I'm not there anymore. I'm building my own life. So it comes to a point where like, yeah, I'm gonna hold you down. Like you're my mom, you're my father, whichever the case may be. But like I have other stuff I got going on now too. You know what I mean? That's just things that sucks about it. But I really want to get back to you, Kev, because like for me, like to piggyback off the last thing you said, like the depression thing is kind of like you can't be depressed. You got food, water, a house, a roof over your head. You know what I'm saying? Clothes on your back. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the basic necessities, which in their mind helps you thrive. It's supposed to help you thrive. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
so
And
much
you're
more.
getting you paid education.
Of course.
but
You know
it's
what I'm
so
saying?
much more to that.
Because it's stuff that they at sometimes didn't have and they yearned for. And that's what made them sad. So the fact that you have it, they feel like, yo, what do you have to be upset
Like,
about?
you got 5-6 pairs of shoes. I only had 2, and I was sharing it with X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm
And-
sorry you had to go through that.
And
Like,
that's
I'm
the
sorry.
thing about it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that like it's weird enough where like we're in a place where they provided us with more than they had, but yet they didn't. I mean, I don't think anybody would have expected more to be required out of us. You know, in the sense of like mental health was always a thing. You know what I'm saying? And then actually became a thing in the sense of like we have to watch what we say, be careful of what we say, how we say it, like or just sometimes not everybody's in that same mindset or mind state. So what I wanted to ask you was, how was it really growing up dealing with that kind of depression, and also like even in the sense like because I know for me like I wasn't allowed to express myself as a kid. You know, like it's kind of like what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like, how was it for you?
It was tough. I ain't gonna lie. It was the best way I could put it is in the sense of I just let it boil up. It was just stayed inside. Like I barely spoke about certain things. I think like the first time I actually started speaking about like anything was I joined a men's group, a men's mentorship group in high school, and I had a counselor. Her name was Miss B. She was like one of the first to like get me to open up and start talking about certain things and stuff like that. So that was the beginning, and then after a while, it was just like I reverted back to my old self. Like after high school, like through college, I was going through things. I let it boil up. I wouldn't call it a bad thing, but that's what led to me smoking weed. I was using that as a way to
Coping mechanism.
yeah, coping,
Yeah.
and
You mellow out.
yeah, just mellow out,
I tell you, that shit how you...
forget what happened, and then, or sometimes even like when I got high, it was just like
It was too much.
it just exploded my brain more.
Yeah.
Just sitting there like, damn.
Fry you for real.
Yeah, like when it's too much on your mind, bro, when
Yep.
you get high, that shit just fucking heighten that shit. Like, feel me?
There's always too much on my mind, so that's why I don't do it. It's always too much.
Niggas a
Don't do it,
classic
man.
overthinker, bro.
No, it's classic.
He overthinks.
Nah, that is true.
El Presidente. You know what I'm saying? Nah. So I'll have to ask then the follow-up question would be, would you say, because you now go to therapy,
Yes, it's been a month and a half. I'm about to be 2 months.
how's that been for you?
So we got 2 people that went, right? You used to go too, right?
Oh, snap.
I'm still going. Actually,
Grief counseling.
the funny thing is, I literally just left right before I got here.
How was it?
Yo, bro, it's been dope. Like I cannot even lie to you. It's dope. I've been seeing things from different point of views and just like little like advice that I would get from my therapist. I wouldn't call it little because it's been big. It's been helpful in big ways. Been able to my old ways of coping with certain things weren't healthy, but now with therapy,
What were some of the old things you was like, besides weed?
letting it boil up until like I explode, or
How did those explosions look for you?
those explosions, they'll probably look at me just blacking and just like saying like, or just letting one fuck up continue, like add on. Like the more fuck ups add on, if somebody do something, I'm gonna let that pass. They do nothing, add it to the list, add it to the list, add it to the list.
So it's like a
add it to the
grievance.
list. And then it gets to a point where, like when water reaches boiling point,
Yeah,
that's me. Whatever comes out my mouth, I apologize, but I've been holding it in.
for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, so
What would you say, right? For both of you, actually, because y'all both done it. What would y'all say? What was the like? If you can point the exact thing, what was it that made y'all say, "All right, nigga"? Like, because sometimes we always say like, "Yo, I need therapy." Like, you hear people joke around and say that, like, "Oh, I need therapy," but this and third. What was it for y'all that made y'all actually be like, "All right, nigga, take your ass to go see somebody"? Like, what was it for y'all?
Yo, for me, it wasn't even like a self-realization, like, yo, I gotta go. It was literally just like, my grades started slipping. So I was about to be on academic probation. So the only way that I could like logically still stay in school, well, not logically. So the only way they would let me stay in school is if I could prove that like, yo, something wrong with me. So
Nigga
like,
treated it like court.
no, honestly,
Nigga did the community service.
yo, honestly,
That's
anybody,
time funny. I'm sorry.
yeah, anybody that knows me know I don't like asking for help. I don't like asking for shit.
sound like
At all,
Honestly.
bruh. Y'all
Like even if somebody offer me shit, like this not a shot at nobody, but there's mad people like my birthday passes, like, yo, I'm sorry I missed this, that, and the third. I'll make it up to you. I'm gonna take you out this day. All right, I said, cool, like I'm with it. We a week past, mad people didn't hit me up to do what they said they was gonna do, and I'm never gonna hit them again. Cause I just don't like, you know what I mean? I don't like asking for shit. So it was kind of just a situation where like I was kind of forced to go, which I thank God that I actually was forced to go. Because it helped me deal with a lot of shit. Not just like the present shit that I was dealing with at the time, but it helped me deal with a lot of shit that like
That you was going through.
I didn't even know that I was still letting affect my present.
So in that regard, Kev. Goddamn hip. So I would have to ask then, it's kind of wild me asking the question on the line, right? Damn. You're going to have to tell me because I can't see.
that's good.
My
Kid.
depth is
That's good. That's good. That's good.
This nigga is different, fam.
Don't make me look like an alky on camera. Chill.
It's just crazy.
Tristan, let me tell you something. All right, you know what?
Once
So
you
in
talk
that
about it in your
regard,
next
what triggered you to
go.
go to therapy? Why not trigger that shit? That's the wrong word. What made you decide finally I gotta go to therapy? Because that's not lightness, and also it's not an easy thing to actually really be doing. Like, I'm gonna go to therapy. Some people, like Dom said, joke about it, talk about it all the time, but never do. So
This might push me to go, so I'm listening.
I don't know about that one.
So in my case, beginning of this year,
Oh, you just started.
no, yeah, I started in February.
Gotcha.
But what pushed me to go beginning this 2022 started off on a high note. I don't know what it is, but like maybe the second week of January, it's like a switch just happened, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm fucking Kev up every day. life said,
It'll do it.
I'm kicking your ass every day,
haymakers.
literally.
If dude be doing
Tyson.
that.
So
Yeah.
that happened, and then I started going through something called a financial depression, which I never knew was true until like I spoke to people about it. That was something too. And then I was going through something with my partner at the time. That happened, and it was just one random day. I was on Instagram, and an old friend from high school just like DM'd me, and we were just talking, and out the blue, she just said like, yo, bro, you remember all the shit that we used to talk about in high school? Like I was going through and I was dealing with? You know, I used to always say I was never going to therapy. You know, I did it. She said that. We had a whole conversation. And I just remembered, like, this young lady, like, crying on the phone to me while I was away in college. And then, like, just, like, telling me stuff. But I was just like, damn, you're going through all that. Like, I'm not even dead to be like, all right, yo, bro, you going through something? Yo, get dressed. Let's just go walk around the city because she lived in the city. Or like, yo, let's just go get some food, like to help you feel better type shit.
Word.
So she just did it. She did it, and after that conversation, she brought it back on me. She was like, yo, Kev, you always said you wanted to do it. What the hell is stopping you? I literally sat down on the phone, looking at the message, confused, like, what's stopping me? I have insurance.
And you felt
have
like
money.
you felt like at the time you really like at that point you really needed it.
Yeah, with everything that was going on, it's just like
Right, and
it was a sign. That exact same question. What's stopping you? We stopped talking that night. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I kid y'all not. I'm scrolling on my phone on Google. I type in therapist near me, and mad therapists popped up. I literally sent an email out to 4 different companies. The first one that hit me back because they accepted my insurance. 2 days later, I had an initiation code. I spoke to the rep. She asked me why I wanted to come. She was like, yo, I'm glad you made that step. Like, I'm glad you realized. And shout out to your friend for
Right.
you know,
Pushing you in that
pushing you.
direction.
And we had a conversation. She said, would you prefer, if that even matters? I'm like, preferably a black person, you know. I don't discriminate, but I wanted a black person.
They'll understand you're trying to move.
Yeah, I wanted a beautiful black woman, but
Oh, you was on some Bad Boys 2 shit.
Nah,
You tryna
not-
fuck your
hey,
He
therapist.
didn't even care
You
about
was
the
trying to fuck your
therapy.
See?
nigga. We
Fucking
gonna
my-
keep it real. You was
No.
trying to fuck, nigga.
no, if you want, I'm completely honest with y'all.
He was like, I want to get some help, but it'd be nice to look at somebody and
You know
look
what I'm
good.
saying?
Like,
He said, you gonna help me take my mind off what I'm really thinking.
No, I kid y'all not.
You gonna lay on the couch and she gonna be laying on you,
The
nigga.
real reason why I wanted a woman as my therapist was because of The Sopranos. I don't know if y'all watch Sopranos.
Yeah.
Tony always went.
Yeah.
Woofoo.
Tony's therapist was a woman. For some reason, I was just like, yo, and that's one of my favorite shows. I rewatched Sopranos like twice.
That I do know about you.
I'll be real with you though. You have a point. Having a woman counterpart when it comes to listening is actually ideal. Like if you look at some artists, some artists have woman managers, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to male managers. Because the different perspective hits in a different way. So it's kind of like, all right,
Yeah, so I said
it's lucrative.
preferably black or woman, but at the time there wasn't none available. So they gave me a black man. Hey, I don't discriminate.
yeah.
Listen, at first I was like, this is just me being a guy. Damn, I'm about to be mad vulnerable to another nigga. He about to look at me crazy. But in reality, this shit been dope. Like, I've been getting all the help I never knew I needed. So
Yeah, nah, that's fair. I fuck with that.
If I could ask, what was a wall you had to face while being in your therapy session? You don't have to, if you don't want to, you don't have to explain it. But like, what was like a wall,
I was gonna say the same thing for you, like
like a breakthrough for you? Like that was like, yo, like damn.
yeah, like it was like that one thing that it was like touching on. It was like, oof. All right, like what was it for y'all? Niggas doing Spider-Man.
I ain't gonna
Wait,
lie.
hold on, real quick. Wolf, you ever went to therapy?
No, never.
Okay, cool. That's okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
No, I want to though.
This nigga want help and shit.
Same shit,
We
bro.
all need help.
I'm saying.
I need no goddamn help.
I know after this, I'll share it after. Go ahead.
for me was, at one point, it was my over-reliance on my faith.
Okay, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as y'all know, I grew up in the church, junior choir, all that good stuff.
He's the only nigga. Like I knew church songs, but he'd say some church songs. How the fuck do you know that? Like I
I was there with it. But
yeah, that shit used to throw me off.
Nigga was on Sister Act 2.
I wasn't like that. I wasn't like that.
Nah, he knows mad church songs, bro. Like,
Kudos to you.
fuck, you know that. My fault.
Said Jesus
But
love you.
the over-reliance on the religion, because, you in the household I was raised in, you kind of just God is everything. You know what I mean? If something bad happened, my grandma would be like, ain't nothing but the devil. The devil trying to get you. Something good happened, like, oh, you gotta praise God, you gotta thank God. Like, both those things can be true to a sense, but there's some times where like there is no magic fix. You know what I mean? Just praying isn't really gonna fix everything.
Yeah,
It's
the
gonna help
action
you. It's
behind
gonna like, you know, I think at its core, religion helps people because it gives them something to believe in, something positive. So in that sense, yeah. But there's shit that you got to do, the nitty gritty, that you got to take care of here. I was watching a clip from TD Jakes the other day, and it's crazy that the shit came on like last night actually. He said, God in all his years has never made a table.
He made a tree.
He made
that
a
was
tree.
it.
He,
I saw that.
I remember
I saw that 2 hours ago. I
made a
was about to
tree.
send it to you, but see, I guess I ain't have
and
to.
he left us to figure everything else out.
There you go. That's the
But
only
from
thing
that
he ever
tree that
made.
he made, we made tables, houses, walls, everything.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it was kind of this. I hit a wall because I guess the guy I was speaking to, it was also a man, but he was Hispanic. Sorry, Latino. So he was speaking to me. He was just like, you know, at a point, he was also a man of faith, but he's like, at a point, God isn't just gonna fix everything for you. He's gonna give you the tools and direct you in whichever path that you got to go through to get past what you need to get past. So for me, it was literally whatever grades that I was trying to save, whatever my schooling, whatever. I hit a wall and I had to show up to therapy. Shit that I was fighting for mad long, and now I gotta actually work to get through things. It's not just like getting on my knees every night and hoping I wake up and everything's fine, or hoping a week from now everything's fine. I really have to put in the work. So I have to figure out the root of my sadness. It's not just the deaths that I had to deal with that year. It's shit that happened when I was younger, and I kind of just like, oh, well, I was sad that this person died, but death only happens to old people. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like the narrative that I had to live with, because even though you live in the hood, you know shit happens, but I wasn't really active and present in my community. So people my age, for one, I didn't hang out with many people that lived around me. So people that was, you know, that was passing, God bless them, rest their soul, I didn't know them like that. So you kind of get in this little bubble of this shit doesn't happen to me till shit actually happened to me.
It got hot. It got hot.
I'm saying, I put the napkins over there.
It got hot. It got hot.
But yeah, I had to kind of, so when shit actually happened to me, shit started like breaking down on the walls, whatever. Now I'm trying to figure out like, yo, like life is real. Like I knew life was real, but like I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. I hit that part.
Wow.
I hit that part now in my life.
Spitting.
Yeah, I hit that part of my life now, but I'll share after. Like,
Run the question back one time.
what was the point in your therapy that it was like that huge hurdle to get over? Like, what was it that you was like that they was bringing up that was like the toughest thing for you?
I'm saying, man.
Boy.
I'm not even gonna lie. We still at a hurdle right now. Well, yeah, and that hurdle is well, I'm no longer angry, so I can speak about it. The relationship between me and my pops. So that's the hurdle that we at right now. That
What would you say is the hurdle for you about? I mean, I know we spoke about it a little bit, but I want to
You grew
hear
up with your
from.
pops in the home?
nah, me, my mom, my sister. The hurdle is the trauma he caused. Like the lies that he kept telling me as a kid, and even the lies he started telling like other family members about shit that my mom never did. And it's just like as I got older, 'cause it's funny that we just spoke about this in therapy. Like as I got older, I started like asking around, starting to get some information, and it was just like, yo, bro, you're sick. Your mother is sick. Your sister is sick. I don't want to be. I don't want no parts with y'all, cause it's crazy. Like, but like talking to you and talking to Joseph is just like y'all spoke to y'all pops, and it's just like damn.
Yeah.
I mentioned that in therapy today too, because you and I spoke about it a few nights ago, and it's just like that's dope because I know your situation. Like I said,
Yeah, that was one of the toughest conversations I had in my life.
Trust me. And my therapist was just like, I know you want to talk to him, but it's just like you're still going through things and healing through some of the things and finding things out on your own and also finding you.
Mm-hmm.
So the last thing he says like, yo, there's no rush. Like, don't rush
Trying to get to that answer.
to get to that answer. You got to build yourself up first, and then once you're comfortable within yourself and you know, with I guess you could say like your emotions and stuff like that, then like I have the conversation with your pops.
I would say with that, right? We'll be potting now. So I would say with that, right, to that point, the building yourself up. Because y'all know me. I used to always have a running joke like, oh, you know what I'm saying, the pop strokes.
I was there with you.
You know what I'm saying? It was like y'all always...
We was together.
You know
I would
what I'm saying?
y'all to know, because I'm the oddball out in this shit. After one started and the others kept going. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't. What I tell you?
It's empty, stupid.
Don't.
It's empty.
Remember what I said?
I remember specifically there was one day on the window you wrote www.findmydad.com.
Yeah, like...
Bro, I need y'all to understand, bro. It'd be like say one dude while I have my dad. What you want me to say? Whoa, wait a minute. And then bro. And then the next thing you know, shit, he right though. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then here come Leon through the door. Who said they didn't have a dad?
That is true.
What are we talking about?
And like,
I mean,
but where it stemmed from is because like your therapist said, it's building yourself to get to a point. Like once I got to a point that Joker, like the shit hurt, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Because like you, not having pops around, and me, I've been playing sports since I was young. So, you know, that's like a very testosterone sport. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of pops is at the game. Parents is coaching them. So for me as a kid, and I'm 5, and I'm actually good at this shit. So it's like, damn, I'm good at this sport. I heard you used to play in this sport. And I played many times in South Carolina. And it's like, I know you weren't in prison at the time. So it's like, I know you could pop out to any of the games. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was doing that shit and hearing my mom talk about it. And then, like, the one thing I give my mom, like, at first, she never, like you kind of, she never really pinned me against him. She never told me exactly what happened, but she never pinned me, like, against him. Like, oh, he did X, Y, and Z. I mean, she may say little things like, well, I got to do all this shit by myself because your pops ain't want to be here type shit. But when you hear that, you kind of build a little resentment towards him. Like, that's true.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my mother has to be superwoman. She got to be mom and dad for me and my sister because my sister pop's not around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had to get to a point, and it was just got to a point where, like, that problem was starting to come into certain other relationships I had, like friends, meeting people. Like, it was kind of like building that idea of, you might be around now, but you might just leave my life. You know what I mean? Like, that, again, for no reason why. And it wasn't really because I was saying something you did. It was just because a person, like, I always tell people, right?
No way.
I always tell people, the first real death I ever have in my life is the death of my father. Because when I was younger, it got to a point where I gave up so much on that connection that, like...
You was in my therapy session today?
nah.
On the wall.
Kev gave me that look like, this nigga, bro. This nigga said some shit I just said. I'm looking at him like,
shit, though, like, it's like, that was the first real death that I ever really experienced, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, all right, I think it was when I was 13, I wrote a letter to him, like a 4-page letter type shit. And once I wrote the letter, it was like, all right, I wrote everything how I felt about it, and then I burnt it because I knew he would never read it, right? So once I burnt it, it was kind of like that was it. It was me releasing the whole situation. And I did that, then the jokes started coming, and then it got to a point where I found out I had a little sister type shit. Once I found out I had a little sister, it was like, and I knew he was the father, it was kind of like, you bringing another... I could have that energy.
Yo, that moment,
I
son.
could have that
Yo.
energy, but I'm like, you know what? I'm at a point in my life where I'm grown now. The only way I'm gonna face this head on and deal with and alleviate all these problems I have in other relationships if I have this conversation with you. So I just when I first saw him, it was that embrace, like, damn, nigga, like you a person, like, you know what I'm saying?
You a real tangible being.
Yeah, like, hey, what's good, my nigga?
Alive.
You know what I'm saying? We did that shit.
That's fire.
And then
That's fire.
remember we was just chilling in the crib, and I was like, yo, bro, let's go get some seafood. Let's go get crab legs. Went there, bro. We sat there for like 3 hours, and and the one thing I respect about him, he didn't like try to blame anybody for it. Like, he wasn't like, it was your mom. He did say, like, you know, I wanted y'all to stay here and like be in the South, but I shouldn't use that. I used that excuse for I should have never did that. I should have never been like, okay, cool. She took him to New York, so now I can't have a relationship with him. I should have still reached out, tried to contact you. You know what I mean? Because I still talk to his side of the family all the time. So it was like, so once I did that and I had that conversation with him, it was like literally in that conversation, it was like I could feel like a releasing of this mad, built up anger.
Of course.
Like just a lot of like 22, 23 years worth of anger in that conversation. Because I was telling him, like, nigga, like, I got robbed at gunpoint. I done got jumped. I done had this, that, and the third happen to me. I done got poked. I done got all types of shit. Like, and in the South at that. And I couldn't go to be like, yo, like, mind you, some of this shit was about older niggas. Like, niggas that's like 10, 15 years older than me. Like, and I couldn't be like, yo, I'm gonna get my pops. You know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't do that. You wasn't there for a lot of that shit. So it was like, having that conversation and us just having that dialogue, it was just like, all right, I'm good. I can live life now. So like I would say to you, get yourself to that point. And like I told you the other day, when you get to that point and you actually have that conversation, don't hold back nothing. Because I know sometimes, like when I first went into it, it was nerves because like, it's my pops. You know what I mean? Like, he brought me into this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say nothing crazy. But in the middle of the conversation, it
That
was
nigga
like,
probably watching this shit like, you better not, nigga.
in the middle of that shit though, bro, real talk, I was just like, fuck that shit. I ain't but to hold my tongue, nigga. I had all these years of holding my tongue. This, that. I'm gonna just say how I feel. And when I told him that, he was like, damn, like, shit, I ain't, like, he told me how he feel. And once we exchanged that, like, that feeling of just like, I guess you would say grief, it was like, okay, cool. Granted, the pops role, like I said, the pops died a long time ago. But us just being cordial and just having a relationship that's amicable, we get
to build something different.
We just cultivated a whole different relationship. Now we just talk like homies. Yo, you saw that game last night? Yeah, bro, that shit crazy. Like how I talk to y'all, that's how I talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely do that, bro.
That's fire.
I got a question, Kev. Do you want to speak to your pops?
Damn.
Nah, cause I mean,
Oh, we getting deep.
Nigga, that's it straight up.
nah, I mean, cause real shit, right? Cause we all know, as men, we all know. I don't know if it's funny. My sister says it all the time. Mo, she be like, "Why do all black men have like a thing with their dad?" You know what I'm saying? Like, even if he was there, it's always a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know my story different than yours, so I'm not about to go into depth with it. But it's like, why every black male got like a thing with his pops? I'm like, when you think about it, your pops is supposed to be that example for you to be as a man. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be that one person you could look at, that one sole male person that's like, yo, you gonna teach me some shit because this is a teachable moment. And it's like,
especially when you see like for us as men, when you with your mom,
you know what I'm saying?
you like, damn, like ain't nobody out here caring about my moms and shit.
You
Like,
know,
so you see a mother out
the
here
man,
struggling. Where the fuck you
where
at,
the fuck
nigga?
you at? You know what I'm
Like,
saying? So
yo.
like that shit automatically, because it's your mom's too, it's your mother, you know what I'm saying? That automatically puts you in a place where it's like,
bro, you don't want
I
to
know,
see-
you know, as a kid, like protect women, protect womanhood, you know what I'm saying? So where's the man that helped make me doing that for the wife that, you know what I'm saying? Like my mother, you know what I mean? So do you want to speak to your dad?
Not gonna lie to you, bro. A few years ago, I didn't want to speak. I wanted homie see me in the elevator for 30 seconds. Y'all laughing, but I'm so dead eyes.
Yo, hold on, quick anecdote. Hold on, real quick. After that story, though, I want to let y'all niggas know. I got the footage, too. Played that nigga one-on-one. 3 games straight, that nigga scored 2 points out of all 3 games. It was personal.
Imagine. Yo, I got you right now.
Real quick.
I got you right now. You know the scene from Love and Basketball where Monica was I played for your heart.
Crazy.
I was just about to ask that. You was talking shit?
Crazy. I'm talking crazy. The whole time. Fuck out of here. Hey, you ain't teach me that. You ain't teach me that.
You didn't see that last game. You didn't see that shit last
Post game, all that something strong now, nigga. I don't know where you been. I've been in the weight room over these years. Like,
that's
funny. Nigga said you gon' feel this shit, nigga.
Bro, I had that nigga quiet the whole game. Man, I talk down, nigga. Talk down, nigga. Be a man. Talking crazy.
You ain't talking all these years. You better talk now.
Bro, I had made the nigga throw the ball over the gate and everything. I mean, you better go get that shit. You better go get that shit. Take this nigga hit him with the nigga hit the ball. I bro on my little sister threw the whole ball, nigga. I'm like,
He got game. You better go get that shit.
bro.
So you gonna get that? Because the game done.
Bro, I took that shit so I feel you. The 30 my equivalent was you hoop, I hoop, going to the park, bro. Like, let's run me my fade, nigga.
Nah.
Game 21's 3 games. That nigga scored 2 combined, all 3 guys. I promise. Yo, promise. I took that.
That is crazy.
Yo, you'd have thought it was for a contract, bro. Real talk.
Yeah.
It was for life.
Hey, you was playing defense?
Nigga, what? Tony Allen, Pat Bev, Kawhi, Scottie Pippen.
They got shit on you.
Bro, nigga. He put the ball in the... Give me that. I'm the head, nigga. You tripping.
No root.
On you. And I mind you, again, talking God crazy.
Mind you,
nigga.
you already know this nigga talk shit, so
Bro, I'm talking
imagine,
bro. That
bro.
little ass shit. Nigga can't fucking shoot. Bum ass jump shot. Oh, nigga, he open. Miss, I'm like, bro, Miss, talking crazy. Oh, you a little nigga. We talking wild. Nigga talking wild shit, bro.
That's to be the funniest shit, bro.
Talking
Cause
wild
low-key,
shit, bro.
as a dad,
Talking wild shit.
all you can do is eat that shit like,
Cause like, bro,
I gotta see the video.
I'm like, nigga, I had to get to this point
You got
without
the video,
you, nigga.
bro?
Huh?
You got the video?
Yeah, it's on my.
nah, I gotta see that shit.
Listen, this is the fucking clip. That whole need to go on Patreon. nigga. Get y'all some money real quick. This the clip. That's the Patreon.
That's mad.
Dead ass.
Yo.
Dead ass.
What's wrong with him?
Get y'all some money real quick. That's the Patreon.
Yo, y'all set that shit up for real, for real.
Yeah,
Bro.
set that shit up.
Yo.
Go ahead,
Bro,
Kev.
whooping his ass, bro.
That was funny.
Bro, got to the point, my bad, last thing, got to the point we got, so after, right, we get in the car, it's quiet the whole ride. So now, mind you, I'm the son, so I'm looking at him like, yo, you want to get some food, bro?
Nigga, so I gave you the ass whooping.
So I'll treat you. You want some ice cream?
Yo, you
Ice cream? We was about to go to Zaxby's. Anybody from the South knows Zaxby's. I'm like, yo, bro. Yo, you want to get some food from Zaxby's, bro? I'll pay for it.
I ain't gonna lie, if you like, bro, I can swear, if you my son,
This nigga here a legend, bro. This nigga's a
I
legend.
swear to God, bro. He was like, yo, bro, cool out. He did this. He said, bro, chill out. Don't. I'm like,
don't do that.
So,
Don't do it.
anybody that question why I call this man a menace on a regular,
I swear.
I agree
Yo,
100%.
oh my little
I ain't
sister,
gonna
bro.
lie.
Oh my little sister, I promise you, I
That
beat the
shit
shit out
is
that
funny as
nigga.
hell.
This man a living.
Mind you, because he scored the first jump shot. So he
he was feeling good.
He was like, oh yeah, this about to be. I looked at this nigga like, oh no, I just wanted to see where you was at. I'm on your ass now though. That was like the, I'm gonna give you a little grace, you the pops. That's GG's, nigga.
She said it wasn't just for me. That was for all the kids in America.
Bro, that's for me. That's for me, bro. Because mind you, in my mind, I'm thinking, I done talked to Leon, Nate, Boobie, care about this nigga. I ain't about to lose to this nigga. I'm about to whoop your ass. Like, what?
But Pete, around that time, remember when you went to go first talk to him for real? Me and Floyd was like, "Yo, this nigga better come correct, because if he violates you when you go down there, he gotta talk to both of us.
But
He gotta talk to both of us.
That's me. I miss me, him, for a nigga talk. He's like, yo, bro, you talked to. How was it though? Like, what was his vibe? Like, I'm like, damn, I nigga about to press the nigga.
Bro,
Like,
we about to go. I swear to God, me and my boy Floyd, we about to go to the South and press his pops, bro. You better come correct.
Black men be enemies with their dad, bro.
Get your
Oh my
friends like
God.
Leon and Floyd.
Yo, that shit.
Shit.
my fault for going to tangent.
Bro, nah. We needed that. We needed that.
Bro, you need me to reiterate the question?
Yo,
Reiterate the
we
question?
needed that.
Bro.
But yeah, no. A few years ago, like I said, give me the 30 in the elevator. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really just wanted to hit him with a 2-piece, have him fall on the floor like, yeah, I'm like that. And then now let's talk.
Yeah,
But where I'm at now, yeah, I do want to have a conversation with him because I feel like in my 24 years of life, I've been through some things. Mom Dukes couldn't really, you know, experience it because, you know, that's my Dukes. There's some things I would like to know. There's some things I would like for him to clear up. And then there's also like that. It's like 2%. I still want that fade.
I got a question then. What's the biggest question you gotta ask him? What's the number one thing you like out of all the questions you gotta ask? What's that one thing you need him to answer? Like, no bullshit.
No lies, 2. It's really 2. It's really 2. The number one thing is I'm totally against domestic violence, but why? Why'd you put hands on mommy? That's one. And the second thing is, bro, you had mad chances to spin the block, but you said, nah, fuck Kev, fuck Nikisha, which is my sister. I'm going to go remarry, go to Canada, have another baby. I'm going to violate Shorty, go back to Haiti, have another baby. Like dogs.
Damn.
Yeah. Just like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just want to know, like, why. And then even, like, I remember to this day, my communion, he pulled up. I was not expecting him there. I'm not going to lie to you. I was mad emotional. Oh, shit, my dad here. It's a big day. Happy as shit. My pops here. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was talking crazy to everybody in the crib at the party. We had a party after the communion. I was talking crazy to everybody. Nigga, my dad here. What? All my cousins used to beat me up. Do it now. Nigga, my pops gonna fight your pops. Bro. He's like, yo, bro, I got a present for you. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and give it to you. I ain't see that nigga in 5 years after that.
Damn.
Remember Buff? That's when we lived in T1. What year was that?
That was 2016, 2017.
So it was around my birthday. So that
I
was,
remember that shit too.
bro. That was what 2016. When 2020, that's 6 years ago. So let's do the math. 24 minus 6. It's like what 18, 17 turning 18 and shit like that. I believe, bro. Y'all know homie called me and told me to wish me a happy 16th birthday. That shit blew my mind.
Man, that birthday shit, I with me and my father, I could tell you stories about that. Most recently, I cannot remember like at all when my father told me happy birthday on my actual birthday. This past fucking last week Thursday is my birthday. First off, my number has not changed since I got a cell phone.
Same here.
At all. My father, for whatever reason, can't get in contact with me. Whenever some shit has to happen, your father called you. No, he didn't. He's like, oh, he called the house. I don't be home. I don't even pick up the house phone.
Word.
The fuck?
I let that shit ring out today.
I'm
got a house
saying,
phone?
Yeah, I don't got a house phone, but
It came with the house.
my mom pressed me. She was like, yo, your father called you. No, he didn't. He's like, oh. I think we was recording. I was on my way to come here. She was like, oh, she called me when I was on the train. She's like, yeah, your father called you. He was calling you all day. I'm like, no, he wasn't. She's like, oh, he called the house phone. I ain't been home all day. My number's been the same since I think I got my first phone when I freshman year of high school, right before going into high school. You know how long that is?
Yeah.
My number ain't
I had
changed
two.
since. Friday morning, my brother came upstairs with the phone on speaker, like, yo, somebody want to speak to you. It's my dad. Nigga woke me up. He's like, hey, happy birthday. Da, 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 da. Your pops loves you. I'm like, all right, appreciate it. Thank you for the caps. I'm like, no problem.
So like you're just totally detached from that.
I don't have nothing for that situation. I really don't.
No, I feel
There's no pain there. I can't.
Are you saying there's no pain there because you don't want to say that or you don't want to
Nah.
feel that? Or there's
So
definitely
here's the
pain
thing. Here's the thing.
Because those are two different things, dog.
It's not a feeling thing, but I can tell you the day I gave up my father. I was much younger. I think I was like in middle school, and my father, he would come by like every week or every other week, drop off allowance and shit like that, whatever. So that's when I would see him. So it'd be myself and my brother. As you know, my brother's he has 7 years on me, 6, 7 years on me. So when my parents divorced, it hit him way more than it hit me because I was young as shit. I can't really keep track of everything that's going on. And kudos to my mom. She real one. My father was a super the building. He lived on the first floor. We moved to the apartment on the second floor. So she made sure he was always around type shit. Like I always was able to see my father type shit. So kudos to her for that. But as far as like a closeness, a connection, never really had that with the man. So the separation didn't really hit me like it hit my brother. So times came around, we had the little allowance thing. I sit in the back seat and I really just watched them both talk. I didn't really have nothing to talk to him about. It's kind of, I told you about this shit later on. I realized that's why I started playing basketball because I know my father likes sports.
Yeah, I remember you told me this.
So when I kind of got older, there was something for me to actually talk to him about because before then, it wasn't really shit. But when I realized I gave up on my father, it's because there's a point in time where he's like, yo, we going to hang out. I'm going to take you out to Coney Island. That's when I was young. First week go. Something came up, I can't take y'all. Cool. Mind you, this is every Sunday. So go to church, come back home, take off my church clothes, shower, changing my other clothes, wait for him. First week come, he didn't pull up. Next week come, something came up. Next week come, something came up. It was one week where I just was like, yo.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get me again. Nigga.
You ain't gonna get me again. And when I tell you I'll wait, bro, I'd wait.
So
I know what you mean.
So that goes back to what I said before. People telling me they gonna do something for me.
Yep.
Bro, I ain't never gonna ask. I ain't never gonna check on it. Ain't never gonna be none of that.
and that's where it stemmed from.
That's where it stemmed from.
So with that, right, and this is a question I have for even you too, Wolf, because I don't know your pop situation. Like that. I know you said, how did that go, by the way?
If
Let's
you
talk about
was
that. Let's
here,
talk about that.
if you was here, you would
Yeah,
know.
if you came to the networking event,
Man, you would know. Anyway,
So
you gotta show up, Dad.
anyway,
nigga, I had houses, you know what I'm saying? But
Son always coming up, Dad.
so for y'all, right? Because I see these niggas got
That's
jokes.
where the father jokes always came.
yo, bro, I'm telling you, bro, if we just straight 5 to 10 minutes dad jokes, I'm like, yo, where we going?
All right. Okay, niggas. So, for y'all, right? And each one, I know you. I think you might have something like this. For y'all, did y'all? Because your pops is, just a parent, so it's like somebody who you would think would be like close, sacred to you. And all of us kind of went through it a little bit. Would y'all say that y'all started? Not necessarily it had to be because of him. Did that relationship kind of lead to some like lack of self-confidence for y'all
Yes.
Man,
in some ways? You be real.
Can I answer first? Yeah. Like I said before, like that parent, you know what I'm saying? Your dad, your father, it's supposed in my mind, it's supposed to be that central figure for you as a son and as a man. You know what I'm saying? So like my dad wasn't necessarily absent like y'all fathers, you know what I'm saying? But he was absent in that regard. You know what I mean? Like in those teachable moments, yeah, he'd be like, yo, don't quit on life and XYZ. But like when it came to like really getting down to it, nah, very absent. I pretty much told you, like, my dad, I look at my dad as a homie too, you know what I'm saying? So, because of the fact he was there, but, like, just wasn't there as a man to me. So, essentially, I found father figures later in life, you know what I'm saying? Like, my coach, you know what I'm saying? My coach from high school, you know what I'm saying? Advisor in college, you know what I'm saying? I think that's probably, like, the biggest. And it's weird because, like, you would think you're older so you'd have a sense of yourself. Reality, nah, you know what I mean? I met him in college, and I'm like, hold up. And then I'm realizing our dynamic. And, like, he's not that much older than me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what, 35, so he's like, what, 28? But I'm realizing, like, I'm looking to this man, like, bro, he would reprimand me like a father. Like, you know what I'm saying? He see my grades. What the fuck going on with that? First of all, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, 18, I'm like, sir, I haven't had a dad. And who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? But then, like,
That's real.
you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, and then I had to realize he cared about me. You know what I'm saying? in a way that I wish my dad did. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad didn't finish high school. You know what I mean? So like
Same.
having a man like
He didn't get that.
in college, you know what I'm saying, graduated, got his shit together, trying to get his shit together. It's like,
Trying to connect the dots.
you know what I'm
to make
saying?
it-
So it wasn't until I had him, and then eventually, you know, obviously your friends also help. I'm gonna cut it short. Your friends also help your confidence too. You know what I'm saying? Like the right crowd, the right people around you helps help you mold yourself, especially with that right mindset. You know, people are gonna keep you accountable. You know what I'm saying? Friends are gonna make sure you're not fucking up. Like, yo, bro, you bugging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you, but you really bugging. You know what I mean? Like, so I found my manhood, you know, in its essence, and also my confidence from those situations, from hanging out with, you know, that father figure that I just spoke about, and also from y'all, low key. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we're all growing up at the same time, but like,
Let's say,
that's why niggas. But I mean, come on, think about it, bro. Like, you're away from home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really got a dad. Like, whatever figures are similar to you, that's where you're going. You know what I mean? For real, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you I used to run with a crazy kind of crowd in high school, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you learn things. It's messed up, but I learned things later in college, and I felt I should have learned in high school. You know, shit.
I felt
You know
that.
what I
That's
mean?
a fact. Yeah.
So that's my point. That's my piece. Where the wine at? Fuck you, Dad.
Question one more time because Nate was spitting.
So I would say, would y'all say like, if you ever had like lack of self confidence, did it first start stemming from your relationship with your pops?
Yeah. I say yeah because like to rebuttal some of the stuff that Nate said, it was certain things. It's like I would go through, and it's like this would be like the perfect conversation to have with your pops. But my pops is not there. So sometimes I'm having this conversation with my brain or me in the mirror.
Nigga.
And it's like, dogs, only point of view you fake have is either based off experience from the figures around you, because your friends probably went through something and they explained it to you, so you might take that as an experience and you might relate it, talk to yourself in the mirror. And it's fucked up because growing up, I used to always say the only father I knew was Father Time. No, you laughing, but
That's a good one.
That's
I
a
had
good
another
one.
one.
Nah, bro, he used to say that shit.
yeah, like I used to always say that, and it got to a point where because I just kept getting older, and it's like, yo, bro, I'm finding myself by myself. I'm finding myself as a man, and it's like I've always had elders, like older people in my life, but it's just like I never really gravitated to anybody because it was just like, damn, where's my pops? It's like some of the shit that I'm going through, I want to talk to my pops.
So you feel like it just set you back?
Yeah.
So far.
But it wasn't until like when I moved to Queens and I met my neighbor who lives like who I call my older brother. Y'all met him, Einstein.
Yeah.
Like that's one of like somebody I consider like a
Father figure.
father figure. Yeah. But like he's like the older brother I never had, but it's just like I that's the first person I've opened up to about mad different things, and like he's like, yo, and somehow, somewhere he always say like, yo, bro, when you come to me and you talk to me, I just don't get it, because like how you move, people would never think like your pops wasn't in your life because your mom did such a good job. But it's like, yeah, I know my mom did a good job, but it was still
I'm about to
mad
say, 'cause that's-
unknown things that I wanted answers from a man.
Talk about it.
And then when that even flowed his way into certain relationships with women too, for me, it was just like,
Damn.
dogs,
I got hold up.
dogs,
At the mood.
They got hot.
dogs, like,
Shit.
and
Now I go for real shit though.
bro,
Because like when you in dealing with a woman, it's like you would think, because this nigga's a nigga, like he's a man. Like you would think
You gonna
he
know.
would show you how to move with that. So it's like when you don't have that good example, you just out here free gaming. It's like, all right, I'm gonna fuck up this relationship because I ain't have a nigga, I ain't have a pops.
Right.
So it's like you lose. Nah, don't get me,
low-key,
don't get me get the preaching in here.
Nah, but
don't get me preaching.
I like I say, but low key, you kind of if you're not the right type in the right type of mindset, like Your dad used that shit as a crutch your whole life.
And you know what?
Whole life.
Y'all know me. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
I can real talk.
Preach,
because-
choir.
To go back to
Preach,
that,
pastor.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. My first, I've only been in 2 relationships my whole life, but my first relationship, I actually started building a bond with her pops. With her pops.
What?
Corey.
I was gonna say
Corey.
for me.
I started building a
Oh, you
relationship.
name dropping.
I
I
started-
thought we was gonna keep it together.
I started like something
thought
had
we keep everything
happened.
honest.
Something had happened, and she just told me to talk to her pops, and then like we was just
After
talking,
that.
and it was just like, oh,
See what I'm saying? Women be knowing, bro. She said,
Like-
talk to my pops. How you know? I don't got
yeah, and it was just, like so, like
That's dope.
yeah. So she made me talk to her pops, and then like he told me some things because like we fake, not gonna. There was certain similarities like in our upbringing too. So it's just like, and like he even told me like how to manage like different things too. So it's just like, and I'm forever grateful for like the knowledge that he gave me. And, like I still even think about it till this time. Like yo, even like her and I didn't work out. I got no beef for shorty. Like that, I wish her well. That's gang shit. Her and I actually talk every once in a while. She doing good. Yeah,
Yo, it's crazy.
The way shit ended, you would never thought me and that girl would speak again. But
it's
nah, she dead doing good.
Yo, Wolf, where's
like-
the AC? It's out of here.
It's crazy in here right now.
Nah, I ain't gonna front though. It's crazy because like when we talk about that, I kind of built low key the excuse of no. Hold on. I would say, remember how we used to always talk about me like just like I'll be so quick to leave, like
Yeah.
cut a shorty off. That's where that shit stemmed from, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
Apple
Because,
don't
like,
fall from the tree.
real shit, like it's a lot of, and I mean, I can say like it's a lot of women whose lives I just upped and just left. But like even if it wasn't in relationships, but it was just because like that to me was
What niggas do?
it was what niggas do. It was like I don't like it here. I'm not comfortable here. Like this shit not really rocking how I think it's supposed to be rocking. I'm gone. Like, and there would be sometimes no type of like I'll never forget. And this is one thing I'm not proud of, but like it was this one woman. She was cool as hell. She was going through shit in life, and just me being a nigga and just being in my own shit. I'll never forget, bro. It was a Wednesday, in like the afternoon, bro. Like she texted me. No, I text her. She texted me. I looked at the message and I was just like, I don't know what it was in me. It just something that just was not allowing me to respond to her. Literally, my shit while she's going through some traumatic shit, bro. I never talked to her again in my life, bro. Like, well, I ain't talked to her for like 3-4 months, and I tried to come back and text her, and then she was like, "Nigga, I was contemplating, and you just left."
Right.
And I'm like, damn. Like, wait, like really? She was like I like that day we was talking, like, and you just, she was like, remember? She's like, did you see what I text you last? I was like, nah. And I went back and looked. She dead says like, Dom, I don't want to live no more. Literally, she texted me, I do not want to live no more, bro. Me replicating what he did,
You
I
are
kind of
fake.
looked at the message and I was just like, damn.
You owe her a fade, bro.
And I was just like,
You owe her.
real shit, bro. Like real shit though. Like, and I saw that shit. When I saw that shit, I'm like, nah, I cannot be replicating this shit, bro.
Ain't it crazy how we become our greatest fears, bro?
Yo, Nick.
Yo,
Older I get, bro. The
When I
older
saw that
get,
shit, bro,
Dog.
that shit, I was like, nah, no. I really went back and she literally her lap. It was Dom.
And you
I
know
do not
what's
want to live no
crazy?
more with an exclamation point, bro.
Yeah.
And you know
sad
what's
face.
crazy though? I've been in this situation. I don't know about y'all. Real short. You ever had your mom compare you to your pops? You know how hot that shit get a
Too
nigga?
hot.
I ain't gonna lie.
What
I
you
never
just
got
said to me?
Because so me and my pop, like how my
One time
pops
in my
is.
life.
My pops is like,
Boy.
he's very, when things you would think he should be emotional about, he's not. Just like stoic. So y'all see how sometimes I am, it kind of be, I just be, that's how he is. Like even like seeing him, sometimes when we'll be around each other, I'll be like, damn, nigga. Like,
Yeah, same.
like for example, he'd come in the house, right? And like I'll never forget, like his fiance was like, hey, like and everybody like, hey, like this and the third. He just walked up, what's up? And that kind of dead, because sometimes I do that. Yeah, man, what's good, bro? Like, yo. And then like when he did it for the first time, I looked, I was like, ooh, that's me. Y'all remember the Wolf of Wall Street with the nigga at
Oh,
the
yeah, the
couch?
nigga-
He like, ooh. Bro, literally, he did that shit, bro. I was sitting there, this shit. I was like, ooh, that's me.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail.
What?
right there.
Thumbnail.
That,
I was like,
that clip.
ooh. There you go, bro. Literally, bro. But when she texted me that shit, and I looked back, I was like, nah, I can't replicate that. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I gotta, whatever it is in me, I gotta fix that because I can't. Because a woman, somebody who's really contemplating their life, bro, and me being so me and like you said, an apple that's not far from the tree, I replicated exactly what he did.
You live and you learn, bro.
It's crazy how, like, I was about to say, like, the older you get, for me especially, the older I get, the more I start to realize, like, yo, you really your parents' child. And it's crazy, like, even someone not even being there and you a mirror image of them is crazy how, like, the shit be in the DNA.
Even from, you know what I'm saying, that wood he put down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Pops was laying wood. Pops was laying wood.
Yo, Wolf, cut this man's
laying
mic
wood.
off, man. Cut
But
this
real
man's
quick, I
whole
I got that
shit
from
off.
him. I'll tell you that.
Cut this man mic
I got
off.
that from him.
That's my friend.
What you mean?
That's my friend.
Cut
That's
this
my
man
friend.
mic off now.
Just to bring us back a little bit.
What you mean? Bring it back. Hey,
That's my
It's like,
friend.
I wanted
he was laying that thing, you know what I'm saying?
I
That's
wanted
my
to make a point about the when you asked
less than
about the
couple
confidence
homes.
thing, like the lack of presence of your father. Y'all know I had my stepfather in my life, but
Yeah.
I feel it's a
It's nothing in it.
Without the glasses.
without the glasses.
That's fire.
It's hot though.
My man's an ultra
Yo,
instinct.
let me tell you something. I ain't never grabbed no shit that fast in my life,
Grab
boy.
hold of your life like that, nigga.
Yeah, I did.
Yo, you must
I wish I pulled that fast.
nah. Y'all are sick.
Crazy.
Y'all are sick.
Nigga, ain't shit up no club no more.
Yo,
Okay, go ahead.
yo,
That's my homie, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
y'all are sick.
Go ahead. Reel us in. Come on, bro. Elder statesman.
I'm not gonna talk over y'all.
That's you got. Hey,
That's what
yo,
you gotta do.
That's what you hit the. I'll wait.
Yo, wait. Go ahead. Let's get serious.
To go back to your point before about the lack of confidence, like from lack of a father. Yo, bro, for years I didn't know how to walk.
What you mean?
I mean, I'm saying, I had my stepfather around. You know, the person with stepfather, you do everything right in the world, but you
But you're not my dad.
exactly no taking nothing away from him. Great person, great father figure. I didn't really realize a lot of lessons and a lot of like the shit he was really saying to me, how real it was till I got older. As a kid, you're not my father. It's always in the back of my head.
Shout out my step pops. He did a good job.
I ain't know how to walk in the sense where like probably till like later on in high school. I always been tall. My father was tall. You supposed to walk a certain way. You know what I mean? Chin up, shoulders back, chest out. Bro, I did not walk like that when I was going through elementary school, middle school. You know what I mean?
Like slouch.
Hunched over, head down type shit. Like,
Sad boy life.
you know what I'm saying? My father, I remember being in the car with my actual biological father one time, and he showed me, this is one thing like I'll never forget. It was a lady walking across the street, and he's like, yo, you don't never mess with a woman like that. She don't walk like she got no life. She not walking like she got a purpose. She lazy.
Wait, huh?
I never forget what he said that. Because she was like, and that's kind of like mirrored how I was walking a lot throughout my life for a long time. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
understood.
And the thing is, I never forgot that, but it didn't click till I got older. Like, yeah, I was walking through life like this. And
Symbolism.
if he was in the home, he would have caught that. He would have seen that. Like, he would have corrected it off rip.
course, absolutely.
But he wasn't around.
He wasn't around.
It's funny that you said that because you said you learned how to that was the reason why you learned how to walk. My pops not being around, I kid y'all not. I learned how to tie a tie a couple years ago because of Einstein, my neighbor who lived downstairs.
I'm saying.
And I tap through you.
Shit like that.
Bro, oh God.
YouTube. I do shit.
Oh God, nigga.
I used to try to do YouTube.
Wednesday knot, whatever
It
knot
wasn't.
you want.
It
baby.
wasn't.
You know
It
what
wasn't.
I'm
It
saying?
wasn't doing. It wasn't doing its thing.
Shit.
I learned how to tie a bow tie when I started working at J. Crew.
I mean, I learned how to put a condom on.
YouTube taught me too. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you gotta pinch the tip. Nah, okay.
I learned that through sex.
Slide it down.
I learned that through sex. I
Check
used
for
YouTube that.
holes, nigga. Check for holes. Okay, my fault. Go ahead.
Menace.
Nah, I learned that too.
I feel like
Nigga, Leon.
How you say menace in French?
Menese. Menyese.
Him, he's the moon fu in Creole. That's what he is.
All right. Yo, I ain't get there to my development.
Moon fu.
nigga said that's intermediate. I'm still beginning.
Yeah, bro, you tripping. All right, so let's, because I know, you know what I'm saying.
So I only got 2 flags.
Let me get
That's
to
a 5 flag word.
to you, Kevin. So we talked about the Pops thing, right? And you said that was one thing. Obviously, we talk about like the self-confidence with you, right?
Oh shit.
I feel like it's about to go. Go somewhere.
How has it been with you as far as like your interactions with women? Like how has your confidence built through the years? And like where are you at now with your self-confidence as far as in dealing with women? Cause I remember you in freshman year, nigga. I remember we was trying to throw.
Do it like that. Son.
Yo.
Why you had to do
throw-
it like that? Son?
We was trying to throw
when
that
I
lob.
when I said I knew it was gonna go left.
We was trying to Wolf. We was trying to lob. Like
Nah,
Chris
I ain't gonna lie.
Blake.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, Wolf.
He
Nah, I ain't
was-
gonna lie.
he was a
I'm
jump.
gonna have to. I'm
Listen,
gonna have to interject.
I wasn't trying. I wasn't.
I'm gonna have to.
I wasn't being Blake Griffin.
I'm gonna have to.
I wasn't being Blake Griffin or DeAndre.
Oh no, you was being Blake Griffin now. But let me tell you something.
He
We
jump
was
every
throwing
now
that
and
It
then.
was everybody. Everybody was. Let me tell you something.
Listen.
That night, yeah, for that
Not
night,
catch it.
everybody was for everybody. You couldn't tell nobody nothing.
I'm not-
You
yeah.
couldn't even. Yo, it was like honestly, it didn't even matter. You look at me, it's lit.
I ain't gonna lie. That night you could have sworn
That
niggas was
night,
running a
Wolf.
4-man weave, but I just didn't complete it.
Person was with it, like talking hot. We like, yo, what's the vibe?
As far as we know, you know what I'm saying.
I was listen, bro.
But I knew it stemmed from something deeper than just a no.
yeah, it was just.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, how did you get to Kremas Papi? Because that before it was Big Homie Kev. Now you
it was a big one, kid.
Yo, the funny thing is, Kremas Papi came out of nowhere. That name came from Chanel. That's the funny part.
Don't speak this name on this podcast.
But the,
Nah, shout out to the Chanel though.
Nah.
You got a lot of shit going on. Yo, don't do nothing. Yo,
shout out.
chill.
that's gang. That's gang. But
That's gang, nigga.
that's gang. She gave me that
My
nickname,
homie,
but
my homie.
the confidence thing, it just honestly, it that came from
Nigga stupid.
just becoming comfortable within myself. Cause growing up, I heard all the fat jokes. I heard all the man boob
I know
jokes.
you heard it from me.
I used my roommate. I heard it all. Menace.
Society, bro.
Heard it from Leon. All the fat jokes from Leon too. So it's just like,
Hold on.
Who need enemies when you got
Hold on.
brothers? You know what I'm saying?
bro.
I'm not a fucking menace. We gonna stop just throwing that label on me. I'm not a menace.
So
You played
I'm just a little off
your
the-
strange father 101.
and cooked him
And
treated him like.
And then you did ask this nigga what he want to eat.
That was reparations. Nigga, you give us, bro, let a slave be the slave master. Watch the ass whooping they get,
Yeah,
nigga.
true,
You know what I'm saying? You gonna whoop their ass because it's reparations, nigga. My mother had to struggle.
I guarantee you,
So
every
now
time he
you gonna
scored a
struggle to
basket,
score,
he did the
nigga.
Pat Bev.
You know what I'm saying?
Every
Like,
time.
Every time he scored, he did the Pat Bev.
bro, he was, bro, because mind you, I'm 6'1". This nigga 5'9", 5'10".
Damn, that
So
nigga
like,
fucking
and I'm
big, for
strong.
real.
So it's like he probably 190, 200, but fat though. Like I'm 200, 210, but strong. Like,
Yeah, word.
you a little boy.
You built, yeah, you are. Nah, you
You
are.
are a little
Yo, nigga,
my fault. Like you are a little boy. Like you my son right
Yo,
now.
Wolf is being placed in
I start
that
having
moment right now.
flashbacks, bro.
Yo, I said it. I wish
Nah,
I
but
went live on it. But
Nah, but careful. So like when,
Yeah.
like so Chanel gave you that nickname.
But the confidence just came from like, yo, bro, I'm comfortable in my skin. I was a chubby kid. Always been a chubby kid. I lost weight, gained it back, lost weight, gained it back. Like my weight fluctuates, but I just got comfortable. And then I got to the point where like, yo, bro, girls like chubby niggas. I ain't gonna lie. Girls like chubby niggas.
Especially was in Buff. It was get cold up there.
It was always cold.
And yeah, and then it got to a point where it's just like,
It's always cold.
y'all know because y'all always get at me. I was a Nike fiend. I had every textile in every color. That's all I wear was tech suits.
Technician.
Literally a technician. Why I don't know. I started getting out of that, but that was just me being insecure within my weight. So like wearing a sweatsuit, I just felt comfortable. So it got to a point where I started branching out, like wearing clothes. I was like going out, like, yo, Kev, oh, you cleaned up nice. Nah, this has just been in my closet. I just like being comfortable. Yeah. So I started wearing my clothes more. I got compliments. And it was just like, yo, bro, you like this feeling. Why do you like this feeling? Oh, because she's cute or she think you cute? Nah, you're getting comfortable
within yourself.
Within yourself.
As you're supposed to, yeah.
Cool. You love yourself. Yeah. And it just got to a point where it's like
you want to feel that feeling all the time.
All the time, and you can't tell me nothing. Cool. I might
start letting your shit hang a little bit.
Literally. And then it got to a point where I started dropping
not even
started
like
dropping dick off.
Okay. I'm my bad. I said
listen. No, you did.
I was literally like real shit though. Like when you get to that feeling, we've all been there, right? Like Wolf, have you ever been to that point like we hadn't had like that confidence in like how you walk and shit?
I need you to change the camera.
You had that, you know what I'm saying? Well, like you're not as confident, and then it's just like it's like a switch clicking you, and you just like okay, like my shit. I'm letting my shit hang now. Like it's that swagger. How you talk, how you walk, how you carry when you walk into a room and people feel that.
You gonna feel me?
People feel that like they like oh.
And that started in 2017. I remember. So after I broke up with my ex,
I ain't gonna hold you off. Okay, go ahead.
Started wilding.
I ain't gonna hold you. Real shit. The person that first memory was this nigga. Real shit, bro.
You gonna keep blaming this shit on me?
No, I'm saying like as far as like that like feeling of like when you walk into a room, like
you that guy.
I'll never forget. It was like we was in Towers, and like I think we was going to like a little somebody's having like a party. Me, like, I play ball, obviously, like, I'm a freshman, I get love, like, you feel me? I got the torch, you feel me? But it was still never that confidence there about it. It was always, like, hesitancy. Like, mind you, women was throwing it at me, but it was never that confidence with it. And I'll never forget, bro,
I felt
like,
that too.
We walked into the shits, me and this nigga walked into a room. And how he walked into the room and how everybody, like, he walked in so nonchalant. But it was just like, nigga, it was like a I'm here type of feel. Like
it's funny that
like I'm here. And everybody, as soon as he came, oh my gosh, Leon, you pulled up there. And I'm just like, nah, bro. Mind you, but him the whole time, he just like, yo, what's good, y'all?
Yeah.
I had like kind of like I'm here, niggas. Yeah, chilling. I'm here. And it was like I saw that shit, bro. That was the same night when I went to the
Oh, you did the wine night? Yeah, I already know.
You know what I'm saying? That was the first time. And then when I saw that shit, bro, I'm like, nah, bro, like, I gotta not necessarily get to like mirror him, but like,
gotta get my own shit.
I gotta get like that, like, I gotta get to that point where it's just like, nah, I walk into this room like, yeah, like I'm here, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just that feeling that it was just like, nah, that's dope.
To be honest with you, I feel like.
So thank you.
No problem.
I got. My cousins were like my older brothers, you know what I'm saying? My cousins were my first friends. So like my cousins like help be like, yo, you gotta walk like this. And you know Gabby was always gonna teach me like, yo, you gotta be some suave, you know, XYZ. Mind you, I'm like, I don't even know what you talking about.
Shout out to Gabby.
Shout out to Gabby, for real. So
yeah, you did a good job with him.
Facts.
You know, it's crazy, bro. People be saying that, yo, Gabby raised you first the fuck off. Anyway,
I'm close to the situations, right?
But nah, so I would tell you the first time I ever felt personally like myself, I ain't gonna lie. I don't say I faked it, but there was a false confidence. It got to the point where like basically, I think this past year, dog.
But to say, nigga, because you used to be so unsure. I still tell you, get on you about that shit all the time, bro.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, like
bro,
you can't tell me shit.
Wolf,
I swear, bro.
Wolf, women will really be like on this nigga, bro. I gotta really, she want you. Nah, boy, listen, I know.
Right.
I could see how she was just eyeing you the whole, like, nigga, she wants you, bro. Like, every time you talk to her, I could just see her. Nah, it's just, like, nigga, I'm telling you, bro. I promise you go talk to her.
Man,
he just so...
No, keep it humble, man. You know what I'm saying? It's for real. Now, see, that's the thing. Now I'm kind of like, nah, you probably right.
Because my thing is, and it's real shit, though, like, and this is something I had to learn, right? Because my homies, Angelo, we gonna get him on here soon. Shout out to my boy, Lo. Like, I remember he was like, yo, like, I could be humble and all that shit, but who am I doing that for? Is it because it for me, or is it because I'm trying to hone myself in so you don't feel uncomfortable about yourself?
Facts.
Like I'm not, but because I walk with my chest out, you know what I mean, and I'm confident in myself and I'm proud of myself. I'm not but to now reel that in because you're not sure of yourself. Like why the fuck am I doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like I know. Obviously, I know I'm not the best looking nigga out there. Like, I'm not saying me, but I'm just saying like I know I'm not the best nigga out there. But like, I also know I know what I bring to a table. Like I know who I am, what I represent. So it's like, why am I about to hone myself in because niggas around me isn't comfortable with themselves? Like, fuck am I doing that for?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? For you to feel good about yourself? Nah, fuck that. Hopefully this shit rub off on you. And you start picking it up and you start walking like that. You know what I'm saying? But women pick up on that too. Women pick up on that too because when they see niggas like that, they like, okay, cool. Like he walk. No woman really want to walk with a nigga that's like unsure of himself.
Or don't know how to walk.
Like I mean, he's unsure of himself. He not confident in himself because for them, when they got a nigga like that, for them, that's kind of like, yeah, like look at, like, you know what I'm saying? It's, look at my nigga, like they want a nigga that like commands that type of attention. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, how you handle it is how you handle it, but they want that shit. Like same way like how, for example, like some dudes, I know like me, a woman that look good and like commands that, and like dudes, I love that because it's like, yeah, like she walk like she that shit, like she that bitch,
She that good, yeah.
like she that bitch, like she walk like that, and I love that. Because when she walk into any room, I know for a fact everybody
gonna peep her. Yeah.
And when she do that, I know for me, it's like, yeah, that's mine. That's mine.
That's funny. That's funny.
I'm saying, like, you feel me? Like, real shit though.
I know exactly what you
mean. After a while, I started to like understand that.
I love that.
So now it just be like when we had those moments and you was like, bro, I had an L, nigga. You go, first thing I do, yo, come here. Remember when she was like, oh, I can tell you her name? I get it myself. Hey, yo, come here.
I mean, I have no doubts for me. It was just kind of like, yo.
But I'm just saying, it's the confidence to be like, you ain't even got to tell me your name. I find it myself.
Word,
what's your name?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So I handle that.
Good shit. I thought you about to say something.
Nah.
But yeah.
A woman with confidence.
Bro, a person with confidence, period, bro.
Nah, yeah.
You don't want to walk in life
And better.
unsure of yourself.
With better words.
You don't want to walk in life unsure of yourself.
We love all our black queens out there for
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you found your confidence yet or if you got it already, we love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't change that for nobody.
Last question for Kid. Matter for all y'all. Right? And the Wolf.
I ain't gonna lie, Wolf, you been quiet.
Yeah, bro.
What's going on with you, yo? I brought you chips and shit.
Have y'all ever, I remember somebody specifically told me they wanted me to ask this question. Have y'all ever or experienced a trauma bond? For those who don't know what a trauma bond, you know what a trauma bond is?
Yeah.
Y'all know what a trauma bond is? For those who don't know,
the wine bottle in his hand is crazy.
What trauma, my word. What trauma bonding is basically you're forming like a connection with, it could be an abuser, a manipulator, whoever it is. And because like,
Or even a peer.
yeah.
We've all done that though.
You can form it out of friendships too. Friendships, whatever it is. Like when it's something that basically you're going through these traumatic experiences or whatever it is, and you're forming bonds with a person or a situation.
Also going through shit?
Because they appear safe. In any other circumstances, you might not form that bond, but because in that moment they appear safe to you, and
This backfires.
I don't say necessarily backfire, but like you just form a bond with that person because of that, right? Have you ever had any experience with that?
I mean, I think black people, like our second language is trauma bonding for the most part.
Talk about it.
That's not lying.
That's what we do. You know what I mean? Like we just relate to one another by talking about all the fucked up shit we've been through, and because we both have a similar story and walk of life, we can relate. You know what I mean? So we do it all the time. I was chilling with my girl the other day, and you know, she's had a a hard life. You know what I mean? So she frequently speaks about things that she's been through. You know what I mean? Because it's just a part of her life. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
at this point, because I've been with her for a significant amount of time, like now I just be like, we're not gonna trauma bond today. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, bro, we can only do this for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before we've had the stories that don't change. They're memories. You know what I mean? So we can't go back in time. You know what I mean? I think it's more worth our while to be progressive and optimistic and do what we can to create new things, you know what I mean? But trauma bonding is just some shit as a culture. It's just a part of our shit. Movies be a whole movie. Medea is trauma bonding. Mm-hmm. You know?
I'm ashamed of any of y'all that still watch that, man. But okay. For real.
Shit, look at us.
Yeah.
No dad.
Real talk. It's happening now.
We became great friends.
But I don't think it would. Go ahead.
I mean, our shit started. I don't feel like it was trauma bonding. I feel like one of the first conversations I had with him was just like, "Yo, you a freshman, but you're not a freshman for real. Like,
Yeah.
especially not on this court. Like,
I-
for
yeah,
real.
Yo,
like,
this man is a dad, son. You know how he just said that? Like,
I'm saying,
Nah, my
Like, you a
first little
freshman, but you not a
interaction with the
freshman.
nigga was like Coach Fudge was like, "Yo, this is my other player, Leon. You know what I'm saying? And you know he'll help you around, whatever. Exchanging from there. I told niggas literally my first day that nigga took me in like a big brother.
oh, you hear this? But you how he just said that? Like, you're not a freshman for real. Like, you got it.
I wasn't.
Relax.
Yeah,
Saying like,
thing
all right.
the thing is,
Crazy.
I could have sworn we was all freshmen.
Yo, bro, I wasn't.
You know what I'm
Nigga.
saying? Like, the
I
fuck?
wasn't. Nigga. I wasn't.
because the thing is, for me, when I first became a freshman, it wasn't nobody older on the team that really like put me on their wing for real. Like there was older dudes that was there. Like shout out to Rod. Rod like
Yeah.
was really on me about my confidence from early when I first got there. But the niggas that was really like there with me was the other freshmen because you know we all going through the same shit. Like we all trying to prove ourselves, do whatever. So I always told myself like, yo, once I get to that spot and I'm at older one, I'm going to like be observant and whatnot. So like when I saw you, I was really just like, yo, I see a lot of myself in you, but clearly you was way better than me. So I'm like, yo, you as a freshman, you are far beyond wherever the fuck I was when I was younger, especially like people that was around me my freshman year. So I'm like, I always want to be like, yo, bro, you a freshman, but you damn sure don't walk like you.
Yeah. Like
Your
literally.
first game, man, you dropped fucking 20, 26, 24 points.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, because it's
That's
crazy because
aight.
our first yeah, nah, because like literally, like, he would just put me on certain things, and he would always say that, bro, like yo, even sometimes even Floyd would say like, yo, way beyond where the fuck I was at, and it was like sometimes you kind of be like, okay, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a nervousness to it, but then like I kind of saw what he mean,
You start embracing it and realizing
right?
it's
Like
true.
it was like, okay, I see what he mean, and that just came from me always being around older crowds, so I always knew how to be. Like, I had to always adjust to being with older people. Like, my sister is 6 years older than me. Six, her birthday was just yesterday. She's like 6, 7 years older than me,
Okay.
right? So it's like, when she would bring her friends around, I can't be on no little kid shit.
Kid shit.
Mind you, because her friends look good, nigga.
I knew we was friends, my boy.
So it's like, you feel me? Like, but also, too, I don't want to be on no weird shit when they was there. So I would just start changing how I would move. And I saw that they was fucking with it, so I'm like, okay, cool. Like so then from there, and then also
All
too,
starts with women.
and then also too, I ain't gonna lie,
Does.
me being a Denzel fan, I started mirroring a nigga at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So it just changed how I move. So that the women, it was just like, all right, nigga, you gotta move more mature.
Accordingly.
So it was like from there, I guess, you know, people like Leon, other people always be like, oh, yeah, you're more mature for your age. And in my mind, I'm like, really? Shit, I still feel like my age though. Like, but I always took that shit as like as a compliment. It was like something to like to walk in. You know what I mean?
Fire.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll go. What was the question?
Trauma bonding.
Trauma bonded. Have I ever trauma bonded?
Have you ever formed one?
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, I can't tell you specifically. I mean, I could, but I don't think I should.
I don't know, bro.
Nah, I'm playing. Nah, there was like two. There's like two people. I feel like that I know that I can think of. There's like two people I probably trauma bonded with, and those are the people like that were close to my hip like every day. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, like, And when I thought you said trauma bond, I thought you meant like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? They went through some shit too, and I went through some shit, so we just kind of like bonded.
Yeah.
Through some shit.
That's what
Okay,
a trauma
cool.
bond is.
So those two people were really like, I ain't gonna lie, like,
It's one somewhere like you can form it with the person that's doing it to you, but then sometimes you can form it with other people, but just because of that connection. That
yeah. So one of them, like my brother for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a falling out. You know what I'm saying? And now it's now right now currently to a point where like we're trying to like make up for that time in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like slowly at a pace comfortable for us. Where it's like, all right, let's, you know what I'm saying? Because like we knew we were immature. You know what I mean? At least from my perspective. The other one, mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? And like that, I don't think I'm gonna get that back.
what?
Not just that relationship, that kind of like that person. You know, we trauma bonded, but we ended up falling out on my part, and at that point, it kind of
I think I know who you're talking about.
whether or not you know who I'm talking about doesn't matter.
I'm trying to
End of the day,
connect the dot.
I have had. I say I have with two people, and now I feel like by the end of a trauma bond, that's what I really want to get to. When you're at the end of a trauma bond, it kind of sucks, cause it's kind of like that's the codependency. You know what I'm saying? That's like, yo, we've seen each other go through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or we've been through some shit together.
Or we put each other.
Or we put each other through some shit. I lie, so that makes 3 people. But you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, but you know, like in a weird way too. It kind of, I mean, for me, my experience with one person, it kind of like helps base a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me explain real quick. In the sense that I know who you are from what you've gone through. So I will respect that person, you know what I'm saying? But also because I've seen what you've gone through, at least this is my thinking.
No, yeah,
What you've gone through, I'll essentially, you know, talk, react, and approach you as such in a positive manner where you can become a better person. That's what I mean by that. You know what I mean? But that's, yeah.
I'll go last.
Damn.
I had my fair shares of trauma bonding with people. It helped actually build certain relationships, and that also tore down some relationships. People who I don't speak to, and or just people who like now I just look different. I look at different because it's like, did we really have a connection on a genuine level, or it's just like, you got hurt, I got hurt, we talked about it. Oh shit, we're some Skittles. You the green one, I'm the blue one. We're in the same pack. Then after, it's like a sour Skittle together. Now you eat the sour Skittle. You're like, ugh. So I look at it. It's like, nah, we don't really got a bond now. But you live and you learn. Like, I look back at that. I say it was a lesson. It made me realize different things. It's okay to share some trauma, but it's not all of it, because sometimes that person might take that and throw it back in your face too.
Talk about it.
And then now, just like, you just gotta set boundaries with, I guess you could say, certain trauma. If you feel like you're comfortable enough to share that trauma with somebody, cool, but just set boundaries, because you never know when that might come back. A small little thing like, oh, you remember this? Now,
Spit it right back in.
this is you now. Just remembering everything in your brain, like, you had to go there. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've definitely formed some. Personally, I've definitely formed some with people. I've definitely formed those type of relationships and cultivated those with people, but it sucks because you're looking back on it, you're realizing you're just like, yo, like, our relationship isn't really as pure. It's more so because we connect in these certain things. You've been through this, I've been through this, so this is where we've met in the middle, and now we just have this great alliance. Whereas in reality, like I was saying earlier, like, I know in any other circumstance, this probably wouldn't have been a connection that was formed. And it's like, some people can play off that. Right. I think it was you last episode. You were saying like you can easily be manipulated because of that.
Yes, you
And with me, I know in mine I was because I formed those relationships, and then because I knew the person, I knew what they've been through. It was kind of just like I don't want to be the another person that like just walked away from you or put you through like you had to do X, Y, and Z, and I just walked away. So you know what? I'ma stay. Like even though granted, it's nothing fruitful for me to stay. Like everybody would in my position, well, any like forward thinking person in my position would leave. But I'm gonna stay, and but you stay, and you keep doing it, and it's like you're getting put through certain things, and you're just like, nah, I can't though, cause I know this person beneath all the rubbish is a good thing there, right? Even though, granted, like I said, I know I should leave, but you stay, and I think that's what some people, like a lot of people, go through that, right? Especially like people who've been like physically, like domestically abused and all that stuff, is because sometimes with them, they stay in those relationships because, and I know I've had a woman that even told me like, yeah, like he was doing like, you know, he's put his hands on me, he did X, Y, and Z, but it's like, I know what he'd been through. I knew what he was going through at the time, so it was like hard for me to just walk away because I know he needed help. And how many times have you heard people say, I know they needed help. I know
I've been
they.
a person who said
Say
that.
that shit all fucking time.
I'm saying, I know they need help. So how can I just leave
away from them.
if I know they need help? And I know if I feel like if I leave, they probably will never get the help.
Yep.
Like, right? Like, because sometimes as people, we want to be the ones that like help. We want to help people and push people towards getting the help. And we always want to do that, right? We always want to be the ones that like. I'm not saying like as a
Trying to be
bragging
the most
thing,
ethical person.
right? But it's like, for example, if I meet you, I found, and Nate was like, I had X, Y, and Z friends that just did me wrong and left me for dry, right? How the fuck me like you said, as an ethical person, I'm gonna just come along and do the same shit,
You don't
right?
want to stay around.
It's kind of because like now I'm just leaving him to stay like that. I
Yeah.
can't do that. If I'm any type of a good person, I gotta stay there. And no matter what me and his relationship might go through, I'm gonna try to fight and put up. Even if we go back and forth, I'm gonna try to stay because I'm trying to help you. And it's like
Show
a
you
lot
different.
of.
I show you different.
I would like to, I don't mean to cut you, but the thing about that is like there is, with that kind of thinking, there's a gift and a curse with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like there's nobody putting a gun to your head saying you gotta stay with this person. Because at the end of the day, we all grow at our own pace through our own experiences. Just because you shared, that person has shared those experiences with you, doesn't mean that you're a bad person for having to go and deal with your own, or just let them
But
deal
that's
with
where
their
the
own.
bond comes from, because it's like you've gotten to know them now.
Yeah.
So if I know you be below everything else, how can I walk away? Like if I know, I'm not saying me per se. I'm just
Oh,
saying,
no,
like,
I know.
This is the thinking. That's like I know a couple of people who've been in these situations where
I've been in that situation.
that is why they stayed. Like because it's like I can't. Like I know this motherfucker needs help.
But I would just like to, just my last
Yeah, go
thing.
ahead.
It's kind of like, if that relation, I ain't gonna lie, regardless of the trauma bond, if that's a real friendship, relationship in any type of way, it will show itself even after the trauma. And I mean that in the sense where both you have healed from your own shit and that person has healed from their own shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of bond. That's a bond. You know what I'm saying? That's just an overall bond. You know what I'm saying? That's a friendship. You know what I mean? The fact, because then you go through stuff, you change. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that someone will take the time to sit down with you or hit you up here and there to be like, to relearn you, you know what I'm saying, to understand you after what you've been through, if you had to leave or not, that's the type of person I feel like
Last thing.
is really there for you.
Last thing I'm gonna say on it, but also too with some of those things though, and I realize, and this is a lot of people do this sometimes, and I remember even like within dating, right? And like I said, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about, and then I'm done. When it comes to dating, and I was just having the conversation with somebody yesterday about this, we form these connections with people out of one, being alone and lonely, and not dealing with nobody for a while. And also, two, we never really take the time to fully, we don't really know ourselves. And also, two, there's certain things we have to work on in ourselves. And they might have certain things, like we overlook a lot of things. right? So like if like for example, if I went through some shit, right, I just went through, you know, my situation, right? Now I come across a woman who just seems perfect, right? She has a couple red flags, but she just seems perfect. Now obviously I just went through a relationship that was like, we all know, tumultuous, right? And I come across this woman and she just seems like this fucking goddess. And I form a connection with her out of that past relationship that I just got through. It's gonna be because she came to me in my life at a time where I was at a low point, right? And this other thing going on in my life too, but like at a low point where I was just like, yo, when I needed like another person there, you was there for me. Because of that, it's hard sometimes for people to just walk away. Sure. It's hard. It's really hard to just up and leave because it's like, yo, when I was at a low point, even though you may not be the best person, like if I was in a regular situation, I probably wouldn't have got with you. But at that moment, put it like this, right? Imagine you get stranded on a fucking island and a person they just get water out the ocean, they just give it to you. You ain't had water in mad long. You don't know if that's Poland Spring, Essentia, fucking oxygen, Fiji. You don't know what, it's just water. It's what you needed in that moment. So it's gonna taste like a fucking everything. And sometimes that's what these relationships and our relationships are formed out of. People come along in those moments where it just seems like, yo, you were everything I needed in that moment. Everything. In a normal circumstances, I ain't drinking no fucking ocean water. But I'm stranded on the desert island, nigga, and I ain't got no water, no food, nigga. You cut a deer and give me the meat and you ain't cook it. That shit gonna taste like a steak because I'm just hungry, I'm thirsty. Think about the same thing in relationships. We form relationships and bonds out of that. So it's like when we get midway through the relationship and through the period, we look back and we just be like, hold on.
What are we doing?
I shouldn't have been with this person. I formed this connection out of hold on, all right. I done got myself for some shit. You know what I mean? And it's hard to get out because we done formed this connection. Now it's like, damn, how do I just walk away? So it's like, you know what I mean? That's it's unfortunate, but that's how the shit is. You know what I'm saying? So.
Gee, y'all niggas be spitting.
And I'm saying, welcome to the Overstage Podcast, my boy.
I don't want to cut anybody. Anybody want to plug anything? Say anything else?
No, I'm straight.
Nah, I got one question.
One
Just to lighten the mood.
All right.
Do y'all consider nipple straws?
All right, so
now, I ain't never do a poem on podcast, but I'll tell you like this, you know what I'm saying? Jodeci, let me suck your nipples, brown, light, hazelnut, mocha, don't matter. I just want you to know, whatever comes out, I'm all for it. So on that note, this is Open Exchange Podcast. Nothing but the hits. Nothing but the hits. Nothing but the motherfucking hits. And thank you for coming. Thank you, shout out to our guest and friend Kev for pulling up Kremas Papi.
So we're not going to answer the question?
You can follow him at Kremas. I'm going to spell it for you. Krem, M as in mom, A-S, Papi. If you don't know how to spell Papi, then you just ain't go to school.
P-A-P-I.
You know what I'm saying?
With the period between.
And there you go. You know what I'm saying? My name is Nate.
Dom.
Lex.
Kev.
And have a good night, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, Lee, I said I ain't part of that shit.
Nah, so y'all wasn't gonna answer the question? I did. Nigga Nate said a poem.
You know what I'm saying? Brown skin. I ain't gonna lie, we went over time. We